Hey guys, Scrublord here, and we just killed, in the last video, we killed the Crystal Sage and went to the Cleansing Chapel. So we have a choice whether to do the Cathedral of the Deep or move on to the Farron Keep area. It's a swampy, woodsy area. And I think I'm going to do this one first because we don't really gain much from the Cathedral of the Deep. And if we do this area, it's rather big. I'm probably going to split it into two videos, the actual area and then the boss. Quite a difficult boss, but we've been doing okay so far. So basically the idea in this area is you see these fires up here. We need to put out those fires in order to open a door. So look at where the fires are and head towards them. I don't remember what all the drops are around here. I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time picking. Oh, that was worth it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time picking up drops, I don't suppose. We already grabbed the Titanite shard and the Estus shard that were here while we were going through the last area. Now we're going to watch out. We're going to meet a new enemy up here, and it's called a Grue. And the most dangerous ones are the ones that don't have a weapon. Ooh. But all of them are fairly tough. Fortunately, we upgraded our Uchi to +4, so we're probably one level ahead of where most people would be at this point. And this is our first fire. I'm gonna put this out. And it's going to give us a short cinematic. And that shows us that the door is still closed. And that, of course, is where we're trying to get to. Boss area. So I'll skip that cinematic. We'll watch the first one. I believe they're all the same. They don't change at all. Another Grue down there. So if we look in the sky here, we can see where our next target is. Another one around. I've always got another shot for me, just when I think I'm good to go. I'll give you another hit. Alright, let's look up in the sky here and see if we see another one, or if it's just that one. Yeah, it looks like it's just this one right over here. Unfortunately, we are embered here. I'm worried we're going to get invaded. Because not only will the Wolves of Farron invade you in this area, but also there's a NPC invader. Although we skipped her in the Crucifixion Woods, so maybe she won't invade us here. I'm not sure. You might have to do all three. Anyways, we'll go ahead and skip the cinematic this time. I'm going to go ahead and save. Oops. Alright, moving on. Right, we've got a bonfire here, but I don't know. I'm not seeing our last fire. I'm going to go back to the first area of the game. Not what I wanted. I really thought I could take that first one out. Now he's going to be a pain in the butt. I feel a lot more confident with one of them gone. This one's the magic user, obviously. He's trying to poison us. Get a better look here. You see another fire. That one we put out, and this one we put out. Alright, well, let's light this bonfire anyway. Go ahead and rest up here. I'm going to probably run back to the fire link and level up, but first I'll go grab an undead bone shard that I know is kind of hiding with all these slugs over here. Our fire weapon should be very effective against slugs. But it's a big crowd of them, any way you look at it. What the? Gone? Alright. Now there's one of those big ugly things. Looks kind of like a cleric beast from Bloodborne. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back up. I'm going to go back to the Firelink Shrine. That's the door we're trying to open. So we've already opened the bonfire next to the door we're trying to open, which is good. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and save again. Okay, so I came back to the first bonfire because I want to say we could see several of them. Yep, that was a good move. It's right over there. And it's one of those big ugly things. And I think if you go back in there, you get a bunch of the cursed frogs. So I'd rather fight the big ugly thing. Alright. Okay, so that is it. We are actually ready to fight this boss already, but we're not going to. The first thing we're going to do is go back to the second bonfire that we went to and go to a small area where our covenant is, and I'll show you where that is in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and save. Okay, so here we are. We're back at the bonfire that takes us to the boss. I've got two things to clean up before we actually kill the boss. One of them is to go into this building here to check that covenant. And the other thing is something I don't care about, but you guys probably will, and or you might anyway, and I might as well show it to you. Remember the mage that we sent back to... Someone's chasing me. Remember the mage that we sent back to the Firelink? He asks you for some tomes and makes you promise that you'll bring some to him. I'm not sure if how you answer that question matters, whether you promise him or not. But I do know this. If you go too far into the game without giving him any mage tomes, he will disappear. And one of them, and all you have to do is give him one of them, as far as I know. Like I said, I don't really ever play as a mage, but this is one of the tomes right here. It's called the Sage's Scroll. Okay. Oh, where's my backstab? How is that not a backstab? Okay, so let's just go right back the way we came. So that's where the Sage's Scroll is. We're going to want to give that to the guy back in the Firelink. And then we want to get into this building here. I believe there's a ladder right around the corner here. There we go. And apparently that that invader will not come if you don't fight her in the Crucifixion Woods, because she should have invaded us twice. Once at the bottom of this ladder, and then once at one of the pillars that we put out. So this is the Wolves of Farron. That is a giant wolf. It's not an enemy. It's you talk to it and you can join that covenant. We want that drop up in that window, because that is an umbral ash that we will give to the handmaiden. Wait for it. You can buy as many Titanite shards as you want. Oh, but first we'll kill this guy. Thank you. Where are you at? There it is. Okay. And now we are going to go get what is possibly my favorite shield in the game, the Dragon Crest shield. And the reason that I wanted to do this area before the Cathedral of the Deep, because then we'll have a real nice fire shield. There's a lot of different fire things, including the boss in Cathedral of the Deep. So having this shield is really going to be to our benefit. And in order to get the shield, first, well, there's two things up here that we want to do. We want to kill a mini-boss, and this guy's a throwback to Dark Souls 1. Oh, are we going to get our second death of the game here? He can kill you. If he picks you up, he'll toss you right over the edge of this. So there's no guarantee I'm going to survive this one. Nice. Whew. You know, I would say we are doing pretty well. I didn't expect to be doing this well. Of course, you know, I'm leveled up. The last run I did was a level 1, so, you know, I've obviously gained a lot of experience. But, you know, we're not over-leveled where we're at, and I've only died once the whole game so far. Granted, we haven't gotten to any of the really difficult things. I will probably die to the Abyss Watchers at least once or 5 times. We'll find out. The Abyss Watchers, the next boss we're going to fight, are often considered the first hard boss of the game. And I know if you're struggling with the game, that's kind of frustrating to have people say that, because you certainly aren't finding any shortage of hard bosses for people to kind of diminish them. But it is what it is. They are considered the first really hard boss. There's 2 of these guys down here, and I'm going to miss them both. Come on. Got them both. Nice. Oh, I forgot that I got 2 Titanite shards there. I guess you know, since that's the case, you don't even necessarily need to kill that dragon. I went through all that trouble, too. I guess it wasn't that much trouble. And there's my shield. Whoop! Okay, so here we are. We're back at Farron Keep. Or the Keep Ruins, I believe. And as you can see, the door is now open for us to access the boss. So we're going to go down here. This area, this swamp area, is rather large, and there's a lot of things that might interest people who aren't using a build like mine, who might want some of the magical stuff and whatnot. And you know, go ahead and check online to see what you might be missing. Okay, here we are. We're back. I went back and took another level. Let's look at our characters at this point. I'm level 36, which is probably pretty appropriate for this area. Still at 20 hollowing, which means I haven't died since we got Yule of Londor activated, because you take hollowing as you're killing yourself to get him more. And as you can see, when you look at my stats, I'm putting everything into vigor and vitality. Like I said, I would like to get that endurance up. I'm completely ignoring my strength and dexterity. I'm leveling up my things that will help me just basically be more of a tank at this point, and leveling up my weapon as opposed to the skills that maybe improve my damage with my weapon. I've got quite high base defense, and I would say we're doing pretty well. We're not over leveled, we're not under leveled. I haven't farmed at all, and other than taking the 5 free levels from Yule, I guess that could kind of be seen as farming. I want to avoid those dark rates. Straight for the boss. Drop me something? No. Let me sneak in here and get this. Did you see me? Oh, you did see me. Why are my dark rays not helping me out? Those dark rays should be demolishing everything in this area by now. They seem to be ignoring it. One more guy over here. God, that was a backstab. I'm losing my touch. Okay, now they're fighting. Alright, nothing really special we need here. We're just going to open this door. Nothing attacks us from behind. No. Everything's asleep. Dark rays are coming up. And this is the Abyss Watchers. As I said, often considered kind of the first hard boss. They're a regular human-sized knight. It's going to start out with one, and a second's going to join, and a third's going to join that has red eyes, and he'll fight the other ones. So we want to try to focus on the ones that don't have red eyes, and then when we completely drain their health, we go to the second phase. We just have to fight one of them that's super powered with a flaming sword. And hopefully this goes well. And I don't have to edit a bunch of death counter stuff in here. Okay, number 2 should be in now. Now, I'd kind of like like to wait for 3. Unless I really isolate one of them, I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time fighting them. Ah, he's in. Nice. Nope, I don't want the red eye one. Oh, no, 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 that was my fault. Bad me. Where's the other one? There he is. I can't see anything in the smoke. Where's my red eye guy? Come on over here. There you go. Don't fight me though. There we go. That's it. Alright, now we've got the tougher one though. The trick to this guy is to keep your distance and pick your shots. You know, don't get too aggressive on him, or he's going to combo you to death. And he is quite a bit stronger than the individual ones you're fighting in the first phase. So you can't really afford to be all balls to the wall on him. Where I'm standing. I think I'm standing on the opposite side of the arena from him. Yes, I am. I might as well heal up. That's actually a good time to punish him. Attack. You know the drill. Same for a boss. Now that I'm disappointed in. That's a good time to punish him, and I kind of messed that up. Come on. What I'm doing there? Don't get so... Damn. Oh, he didn't do his jump attack. That's what I wanted. Come on. No, come on. He's not doing his good ones. This is really annoying. He's not doing the attacks that I can punish easily. There you go. Whoop! You know, I hate to toot my own horn, but I am a little impressed that that we've come this far, and I've only died once. And the funny thing is, the only time I died was on a boss that I've never died to before. The cursed great wood rotten tree, whatever, which we didn't even need to kill. So anyways, that's it. the Abyss Watchers, probably the first hard boss in the game. I thought we did pretty well. We still got 7 Estus Flask, so I only used 3 of them. I've got almost full health, so I think that went pretty well. We'll go ahead and stop there, and go ahead and leave a like. We'll go on to either the Catacombs or the Cathedral of the Deep next. Thanks for watching.